Alert, alert! We have another MLB pick backed by the scoring drought betting system, which has produced 13 straight winning bets. Overall this season, this money-making betting strategy has generated an awesome 16-3 record. First, let me remind you how it actually works. It recommends betting against the road team if they have lost their past 2 games by scoring 2 runs or less in each of those defeats. There is one final criterion that must be met in order to trigger a bet. The road team in question must be a pretty big underdog. More precisely, its money line has to be above plus 150 in American format, which corresponds to 2.50 in decimal odds. In other words, this betting angle only backs big home favorites. That is not something I like to do, but given the absurd amount of money it has produced over many seasons, I had no choice but to start listening to its advice. Alright, now how does this apply to one of today's games? Let's take a look at Philadelphia's recent schedule. They did lose their past 2 contests by scoring only 1 and 0 runs in those games. Since they are indeed on the road today and their money line is above plus 150 with many sportsbooks, we gotta fade them. For this reason, today's first system pick goes to the New York Mets. Is this an official pick, a lean, or should we stay away from it? At the time I recorded this video, around 9 a.m. Eastern Time, the most advantageous line was minus 165 with BetMGM, bwin, Borgota, and Party Poker. You might notice how Philly's line was not above plus 150 with these bookies. However, I was seeing plus 159 with bookmaker.eu, plus 155 with BetRivers, Unibet, and Sugar House, and plus 153 with Pinnacle and BetOnline. In short, there were also plenty of bookies that met the criterion of being a big underdog. It's interesting to note that the Mets have won 17 of the past 22 meetings between these 2 clubs. That's quite impressive. The Phillies also present a 3-7 record the last 10 times they faced a right-handed pitcher, while the Mets own a great 8-2 record under such circumstances. New York has also performed at a high level at home recently, since they are riding a 7-game winning streak in their stadium. Philadelphia will send former Met Taijuan Walker to the mound. This is a bit concerning to me since he knows the opposing batters very well, but he hasn't had too much success this season. His 5.57 ERA and 1.46 whip statistic are both way above league averages, which is not a good sign. Meanwhile, the Mets will counter with Max Scherzer. After dealing with a suspension earlier this year, along with some neck spasm, he seems to have settled in. He has allowed either 0 or 1 run in 5 of his past 6 starts, which is mind-boggling. He will be hard to beat at home this afternoon. Let's go for a 14th consecutive win by the scoring drought betting system, shall we? All the evidence is telling me I have got to make it an official betting pick for today. Hey, for your information, the Diamondbacks almost qualify under this betting strategy as well. However, Colorado's money line is not quite high enough to trigger a bet, and even if they did, the problem is that we have the cold team versus hot team matchup system supporting the Rockies. I am staying away from this game. A big shout out to my friend Yoander Meyas from Venezuela, who won my one-day MLB prediction contest from yesterday. He won the $25 prize by racking up a total of 72 points, while the second place finisher got 66. Youander basically crushed the rest of the competition. Good job also by Sean Haverick, Mervyn Corbett, W. Boctor, Ray Lewis, and Brendan Johnson for their nice performance as well. Stay tuned and be sure to watch my videos each day because I will run similar contests in the near future.
It's time for a baseball pick.
Before revealing system pick number 2 for today, let me say a few words about yesterday's betting tips. We took 3 underdogs, which yielded a 1-2 record. Given the plus 155 odds on the Reds win, we had tiny losses of 0.44 unit by risking 1 unit per wager. I still believe all 3 bets were smart bets since the 2 losing bets occurred by a 1-run margin. In fact, the Yankees lost 1-0 in extra innings, while the Cubs lost 4-3. Taking a shot on them at around plus 125 odds was worth it, in my humble opinion. The only other system play in Major League Baseball for today, Thursday, June 1st, is the Houston Astros at home against the Angels. After backing 3 underdogs yesterday, we are now on a couple of favorites today. Do I view it as an official pick, a lean, or a play to avoid? Let's find out. Reed Dietmers will square off with Framber Valdez. The Angels starter does not have very good numbers, but I found it strange to realize he has allowed either 2, 3, or 4 earned runs in all of his 9 starts this season. This means he has not had any great game, but no ugly outings either. Meanwhile, Valdez continues to be a freaking beast. His 2.38 ERA and 1.04 whip statistics are rock solid. He has picked up 9 quality starts in 11 tries. Dietmers has done relatively well in his career against Houston, as shown by his 3.98 ERA. On the other side, Valdez has posted a 3.73 ERA when facing the Angels, which is not great news. For some reason, I don't feel as good about this potential wager as I do with the Mets bet that I proposed earlier. I prefer to be cautious and I will rate the Astros play as a lean instead. There will be more games on the menu tomorrow, so I should have a greater number of betting picks to share with you. Make sure you don't miss out tomorrow's video by smashing the subscribe button now and hitting the little bell to get an alert as soon as I release new free picks for you. I'm Professor MJ. Have a great day, amigo!